Well, hello there folks, and welcome back to what is today us taking a look at how you can go about farming for the new Martial Artist class. You'll need to head over to join hakuvillage to start the quest from the Master right here, and it begins with join my dojo, which funnily enough, you just outright accept, turn it in, and that is done. Our next quest, however, is going to be 500 punches and 500 kicks. This does require a fair amount of defeating some enemies, but in the grand scheme of things, and adventure quest farming, it's really not too bad. The Frogzards are over at Join Nexus, you just need to head along there, and like I said, it is 500 of those that you'll need to be defeating. The next map you're going to be joining along to is Join Arcana Grove. You can just head left a few times. It may be quicker to go around the right, but it's in a massive circle, so you're not really going to get lost at this point here, and once you get through to the next room, you'll see 3 gorillaphants waiting for you. You just need to beat them up again until you have 500 of the drops, and then we can move on to our next item, which is going to be all about dragons. So if you want to get dragons defeated, you need to join Ether War Des, and once you are here, just defeat any of the old dragons you see. Again, you want to be stacking up to 500 of these. Once that is done and out of the way, we are getting on with the main section of this quest line, which is rinsing and repeating essentially the same quest over and over again for a little while. So like I said, head back to the Master, turn that quest in, and once you've done that, you'll need to refresh these by clicking on them again, accepting the next quest. So this one here is going to be a deathly slow start. You'll notice the item requirements have gone through the roof, but do not panic. You want to join Death, and once you're here and you have completed that first quest, this Monster Souls button is going to appear for you. Once you get in here, you have got Soul Hunter and then a legend version. The only difference is that you get double the amount of drops. Remember this quest, because to be honest, this is the one you're going to want to rinse and repeat for every single quest that is to come in this video. This is by far the easiest and quickest way to go through it, so just make sure you remember this part here. So join a Dread fight you want to go to first for your Dread Haven General. You just need to defeat him until you have enough of the items stacked up, remembering that for members you will just need times 10 of each item, and then free players you're going to need to get times 20 of each of these items on screen. The next boss is at Join Haku War, and it's exactly the same story again. Get 20 of the items stacked up if you're a free player, and if you're a member you just need 10 to begin with. They do go up to times 400 in the total stack pile, so you can just keep on adding these on if you just want to stay in one room for ages and ages. The final boss needed is at Join Tower of Doom 5, and then once you've got all of those required, you can turn it in and get yourself more of the dragon defeated, gorillaphant defeated, and Frogzard defeated items. That is what you are going to need to be farming over the next few quests. Anyway, you're now able to turn in the deathly slow start quest, and we can move on to our next one, which is going to be discount Diploma. Again, you're going to need 500,000 of those defeated items, so you can go back and do Death's quest if you like. You will also have unlocked an alternative option at Join Dreadrock if you so choose. You will need some gold vouchers of 500k. I've picked them up from Alchemy Academy. That is just my chosen location, but various places I'm sure you're able to grab them from. If you go to Dreadrock, however, and follow me with this particular route I take, you will find yourself a secret room. Oh, and when you're in this secret room, there's actually some daily quests that you're able to complete for those defeated items. It is worth saying you could technically just do this quest daily, or these 3 quests daily, with a bit of gold, and you would get to the same outcome as going along and farming. So if you're not someone who doesn't particularly want to spend hours and hours, you can just come down here, speak to Kadar downstairs. At least I think that's how we say his name. And like I say, you can turn in each of these 3 quests once a day, and you'll also get yourself 500,000 of each defeated item. But that's just one way you could go about doing this, and we have added that on. Ignore the quest I was on at the time of doing those, because I got a bit mixed up and lost the video footage. Anyway, the main way you're probably going to be doing this is with the Soul Hunter quest again though, so if you are doing that, it is literally the same as we did a minute ago. You'll need to go along and defeat each of those 3 monsters that you saw, and it will be times 20 of each item that you're going to need if you're a free player, and I believe it's still to be times 10 if you are just members. Whichever way you've decided to do this part of the quest though, you will now have more defeated items, and hopefully you have got the required amount in order to go along and turn in for discount Diploma. We can then pick up our next quest, which is going to be 1 million miles searching, and this again leads us down a new garden path. At this point in the quest chain, you will have unlocked Surrender's quest at Join Portal. These are more group based, so if you're in a group going through doing this, this is probably going to be your quickest way. However, However, if you're not in a group, and to be honest, the way I did it is just to continue with Soul Hunter, like I said, it's far easier to stack those numbers up because there's loads of people there at the minute and it doesn't take overly that long all in to actually go about doing. But I will quickly show you where you need to go for each of these 3 quests. Again, members get an extra 50,000 on each item on turn in, so that is just worth mentioning. So if you'd like to complete the quest for your surrender your Frogzards, you need to head to join Dark Karnax and defeat the big Karnax you can see on screen. Surrender Gorillaphant's quest, that is just at join Void Sarlacc. I must admit, even on the Arctic server, no one was really here, so this is probably why, like I say, if you're not in a group, you're not really going to be touching these ones. And then at join Neret, you have got Surrender the Dragon's quest, and like I say, you can just head over to the left and defeat this dragon right here, and that should do it for you. But it is a bit of a pain, so again, more players would be needed. However, if you are like me, you'll be going along and doing the Soul Hunter. It is times 40 of each item for 3 players, and you'll need times 20 of each item if you are a member. Throughout this video, I deeply apologise if any of my maths is wrong. We can correct it down below in the comment section or pin it, I'm sure of that. Anyway though, once you've gone through and got more of these fragments that we've farmed various times already within the video, as you can see, there's me stacking up my times 20 at this point because I am using the legend quest. We can go along, turn it in, and then you should have up to your 1 million defeated items. Back at Hakuvillage, we can then turn in our 1 million miles searching quest, which will lead us on to our next one, which is Ughhhhh. As you can see, this time round, you're going to need 2 million of those defeated items. Another bonus quest has been unlocked, and I'll show you that at the end of the video, but I don't think it's worth doing. The drop rates are just far too low. At this point, though, 3 players, you want to stack up 320 of each item that those 3 bosses are dropping, and members, you want to stack up to 160. That's because we've combined the next 2 quests together. You'll see why it makes more sense in a moment. But yes, just go through completing that quest as you've done and as we've shown at the start of the video. Then we can head back to Hakuvillage, where hopefully those numbers we showed you on screen a moment ago are going to make a bit more sense. So as you can see, I've got plenty stacked up here. I've got 15, ignore that, you need more. It's just because, like I said, I did a daily quest out of sync, so the numbers are all a bit funky because I lost the video clip. But never mind, these things happen. Anyway, you can turn in the quest, which was 2 million of each defeated item, and then you'll have your final quest that you're able to complete. Now, if you did the numbers I said a minute ago, you should be able to turn this next one straight in. If not, you'll need to go along and essentially farm up 6 million of those defeated items by turning in the Soul Hunter quest. Once you've done all of that though, and you've done all your defeated items, you'll then have one final boss fight to go along and do. So you just need to click on Face the Master by speaking to the Master, and then once you have defeated the Master, you will, believe it or not, get an auto turn in. And that is everything complete for you. So you should have a brand new class available to you. You will need to go along and buy it. You will also have got yourself a char page badge, which is very exciting. So as you can see, in the shop that's now available is the Martial Artist Class. So that's lovely. Another one. I've heard it's very mid-tier. I've not tried it out yet, so assume it's going to go in the bank, but I'm sure we'll find out. As I mentioned literally a second ago, there is also a char page badge that goes along with it. So it's definitely worth going along and getting, even if it is just for being a badge collector. A moment ago we spoke about a quest that unlocks after completing the 1 million miles searching. This one actually rewards you 2 million of each item. You need to head to join buyhouse, go into the other shop or the mist shop, and then you can buy yourself a catapult. Like I say, you can only buy the catapult if you completed that quest, and once it is in your house, it is actually a quest item, so you can open this up and there will be a quest waiting for you in here. If you would like to go through and complete it, you can get a dynamite from the beehive. However, just remember, it is not 2 million of each defeated item you're getting, it is choose one of 3. So in order to get 2 million of each, you'd have to turn this quest in 3 times. Yokai Grave is where you can get yourself a panda launcher, which is something I'd never thought I'd be saying. Join Dreadspace for the Cyborg Beast Core. You can tell how long this took because I actually again lost the recording for this the first time around, so you don't see me physically get the item here at Join World Soul from the Radioactive Hydra because it just took forever. But it does drop from this monster you can see on screen. And then your last one is over at Join Granite Cove, dropped by Tedja on screen. Anyway folks, as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do leave a bit of a like and of course subscribe, and I'll see you all again for another one incredibly soon, but hopefully that's helped you a little bit with getting the class.